Let's focus on the next management, the HUDCO. It reported a set of numbers to help us with what went on in the past quarter and how are things shaping up. We're joined by Mr. Sanjay Kulshrestha, the chairman and MD at HUDCO. Hi, sir. Good morning, and thanks a lot for joining in. Well, the street seems to be liking your numbers. At least in pre-open, the stock is a little bit higher. Your AUM target, I think, for the year was around 1.2 lakh crore, but you're almost there. So what's the revised number you should be looking at for FY25 as well as FY26? And also give us a sense on NIMs from here on. How do you see it play out?
Thank you so much for inviting me. Results are out, and we are appreciative that the results and the books is showing to the market what was committed last year. We are still committing a 1.5 lakh crores loan book. However, you are right in your statement that we had already achieved 1.18 lakhs. So we have to work on some revisions. So that work is still in progress. At the same time, I can state that there are a lot of infrastructure opportunities in the country which are backed by the robust policy and the programs of the government of India. So finally, we have to revise our numbers. So that that work is still not completed. At the same time, we will not compromise on the NIMs. Our NIMs are very stable in the range of plus 3%, around 3.2% we will be maintaining, because we believe that infrastructure has to be created in a very viable and sustainable manner. That's why we are continually working towards cut down our own cost of funds through many financial engineering and other resources.
Mr. Kulshrestha, hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. So could you tell us what was the yield in the third quarter and how did it rise so sharply on a quarter-on-quarter basis? And of course, then is it sustainable?
Actually, if you see the figures of the disbursements and the loan book, you can see there is a very accelerated jump in the numbers of the disbursements. And a lot of disbursement has been done during the last month or last week of the last quarter. That's why it has not converted into the yield. But definitely we will be maintaining our yield at around 9.3, 9.4%. That's what we are maintaining also. So I think this is quite a good yield which we are maintaining, because finally the assets should work for your returns. So we are maintaining a very moderate kind of yield in the company.
Got it, sir, and which is why you're saying you're confident that the margins will sustain around 3.1, 3.2 thereabouts. I now just want to talk about where this stupendous growth has come in from. Your AUM in the quarter is up almost 41%, and the urban infrastructure segment, that's really firing for you, right? 72% growth in the AUM over there. And in that light, you've also announced this new project with the Maharashtra government at the Vadhavan port, right? And here, I think you could be looking at a 25,000 crore rupee opportunity. So take us through urban infra, the trends, and specifically this project. What are the timelines and what is the kind of yield on a project of this magnitude, setting up ports and financing it? What would the yields be like on these kind of big mega projects?
So this is part of our transition. The company has transited from the housing finance company to infrastructure finance company. Now we are into the infrastructure, and if you see the urban infrastructure, Government of India has a big push on the urban infrastructure, be it the metro, be it the housing, be it the Amrit cities, rejuvenation programs for the water. So I think we need to work on the urban infrastructure, and there is an energy transition program, there is a mobility program. So everything, they are very capital intensive kind of programs. If you see, we had worked in the mobility starting from the metros, which is looked after by our own administrative ministry, that is Mahua. Then the ports we are working, then the airports we are working, then the roads we are working. So they are very high capital intensive projects. So we need to work with the entities which are good, which are very stable. So that's what we are doing, and there is good opportunities which are available. And regarding Vadhavan port, it's a part of the JNPT, most prestigious port of the country. So we are happy that Honorable Minister and the management of the JNPT has agreed to extend cooperation with the HUDCO. So I'm sure that within 2 years of the time, the disbursement will start. And since these are long gestation period projects, so it may take 3 to 4 years of the time.
3 to 4 years. So absolutely. So, as you complete this transition towards being an infrastructure financier, not being just a housing financier, just walk us through what you will end the AUM with. You're saying the long-term target is 1.5 lakh crores of the loan book. At the end of FY25, where will you be? What is the growth? And FY26, as you're financing more and more of these mega infrastructure projects, what is the AUM growth and the margin profile? Will it remain around 3.2%?
Margin will remain around 3.2%. Rather, we will try to improve the figures. But yes, these are the most favorable figure that we will be maintaining. If the cost of funds supports us, then I think we will be improving those numbers. Regarding the figures, I'm sure that we will be achieving 1.2 lakh. So that will not be a surprising figure. But yes, we have to revise our numbers. So still this work is not completed. But what I am looking at, it may be around 1.25 at the year this fiscal, and by end of next fiscal we may be plus 1.5 lakhs around.
Oh, nice. Mr. Kulshrestha, just to last point, what was the yield this time, the quarter, and what was the yield last quarter, Q on Q?
On Q, the yields are around 9.34%. It has not changed significantly. But since the disbursement has been done in the projects which are more stable, that's why some few points it has reduced. But again, it will come back in this quarter. So we doesn't believe only in quarter to quarter kind of figures, but on year to year, if you can see, we have been able to sustain that kind of yields.
All right. Fair enough, Mr. Kulshrestha. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. And
Thank you
good
so
speaking
much.
with you, sir. Good luck. And we'll have you back again to talk about some of those numbers you put out.